Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you to everybody who has seen my new community post and been kind enough to support me. You know, the word star has been used in media because it's sort of emotional and clickbaity. You know, Seaton's a star, right? Like, I'm not a star. But when you have the ability to support your family and play the game you love without losing money, that's a star life. That's a bright example of what a community can do when they value you. And everybody I interact with in this community now, I think pretty much, yeah, everybody, including our beloved Mama Bear, I would not have known had I not started making YouTube videos. So that part is the greatest star success ever because I have so many great new friends that I'm going to hopefully keep long after this game is over. And that is the start of a couple of disclaimers for this video. I'm about to talk about a Valiant economic perspective. Most people who watch this are not yet Valiant. So there are going to be people who say, well, that's not true for everybody. I recognize this. I know this. Of course, I understand that. And the second disclaimer is that you're still going to have to spend at least 200 American dollars for this to be illustrated in the game. And that is something that is not cheap or easy to do for most people. So that is also an important disclaimer that I recognize. I don't want to casually, as some elitist YouTuber, talk about spending $200 a month like it's pocket change because I have a blessed perspective of having a channel that gets me enough revenue to afford the $200 for the purchases in this video. And from there, we will just move on to the rest of the premise because for years, ever since featured, really, original Cavalier crystals came in and then featured Cav, and then Paragon, and then featured Paragon, and now we have the first non-progression based, non-yet purchasable crystal, the superior Mythic crystal, which is being introduced only in daily Valiant specials. You know? And the funny thing is, and it's not really funny, but you can't even get it in the game, which is why Kabam Mike, I guess, only exists in this game, which is kind of fascinating because here you just get a Paragon crystal. It's a featured Paragon crystal, essentially worth the drop rates instead of 1%, it's 1.5%. But that's it, and it's the class based of the day. But on the Kabam website, you not only get a chance for a 7-star Nexus, which is my goal to hit once this year, just once, but you double the 5% tier 6 class catalyst fragments from 5 to 10. That is so worth $5 by itself, it's not even funny. But on top of that, it is worth noting that these daily Valiant crystals guarantee you every 10, because I open them in batches of 10, tier 6 basic, tier 3 alpha catalyst fragments, sometimes multiple fully formed. I've done that. Sometimes enough 7-star shards to open. They got 10,000 free 7-star shards once. Open a 7-star. And then on top of that, you no longer have to care about Paragon crystals. Paragon crystals and featured Paragon crystals are yesterday's news. They feel like being upgraded from coach on an airplane to first class. And when you fly first class on Valiant Airlines, you don't have to gamble. Ever. Everything is guaranteed. And look, I know that the attention that Kabam wants to have us focus on this community, I'm not saying it doesn't make sense, is on 7 stars. Lord knows my 7-star roster continues to evolve, and I would be a hypocrite if I didn't acknowledge that I'm still starting to target more 7 stars to take to rank 2. Captain America Sam Wilson and Deathless Guillotine are 2 of my newest rank 2s. I love them, they're fantastic, and I will use them. But I still use way more 6 stars than 7 stars every day in the game. I use my 6-star Corvus for Alliance Quest. I use Hercules, Nick Fury, Captain America, Infinity War. In event quests and side quests, I only use my 7-star OG Hulk. And in terms of the Hercules awesome synergy, right now my 7-star Unawakened OG Black Panther for the unblockable specials. And that's my questing team. 2 7-stars and 3 6-stars. Let's assume, as the game continues to evolve, especially because that has to be the case for Battlegrounds, that Kabam is going to make more champions like Bullseye that could be the difference between whether or not you win Alliance War, because I've seen those death counts for some of these alliances that don't know how to get past these nodes, especially with the new tactics, and also, of course, Battlegrounds. Let's assume that Kabam continues to make champs like Onslaught and Bullseye that are just some of the best champs we have seen in years in a lot of important utility ways. Well, if you're Valiant, for $100, you guarantee yourself the 6-star, and then you stop spending money. Because for free, every month with threat level 5, you get at least one, and sometimes in some months there are cases for multiple generic 6-star Awakening gems. And if you open a class-based gem, there's a 1 out of 6 chance that you might get a class that you get to use that on without having to use your generic. So, you guarantee yourself the first puzzle piece with a $100 Valiant daily, not daily, but Valiant early access bundle. You guarantee yourself that champ will be awakened. The only thing missing in this puzzle piece analogy is 6 stones. That was the one problem that you just couldn't get past in the economy of the game. And I am so obsessed with 6-star 6 stones, especially generics, that I will do whatever it takes on any day that I can to get the top 10% of the Paragon and Valiant 22-hour ranks to get that extra 6 stone. It means so much to me. Has for as long as it's been in the game. But now, Battlegrounds has made this the greatest, most relaxing thing ever. Because these things are priced at essentially the price of peanuts, pennies. The only thing I wish that was different was that you didn't have to stop at 50. I wish we could get 100 per week. Because I would max that out as I max out the 50 every week. But no matter what, let's just say you're targeting one champion to max sig per month. You think every month there's going to be one of the two that I think is going to be the best. I think, statistically speaking, even though in December we usually only get one champ period, that's about how it is. One champ can be pretty good, and one champion can be great. Rarely do we have 2 great champs in a month. We have more trash champ months than great champ months. But let's say that the next Bullseye or Onslaught hits the game. Well, in that month, you guarantee yourself as a Valiant player for free to awaken that champion and to max sig that champion. All you have to do is spend $100 to guarantee yourself the 6-star version of that. I'm not talking about landing on the 7-star. I'm not talking about any of the crystals that you get as a bonus or 7-star shards or everything else in the early access bundle. I am just talking about this reality. You guarantee yourself the awakened max sig 6-star version of that featured champ every month. At least one per month. On top of that, you've got the Glory Store buff. You've got other buffs to the Battleground Store, including, most notably, the one I'm about to take advantage of the most, which is to get 1.25 Tier 6 class Catalyst fully formed per week. You won't have that many trophy tokens to get that every week, at least I won't, but it is something that maybe at least once a month you can take advantage of. And then if you are spending on those daily Valiant specials, which again, I'm not including for the overall economic value of this video, but you can get 2 50% Tier 6 class Catalyst selectors every 7 days with your stamps. All in all, a year ago, if you wanted to get a 6-star max sig champion, you could spend $10,000 on featured Paragon crystals and not get it. Because as I remind you, just to get the 6-star once in the new featured crystal is so difficult to do with these stupid drop rates that are not changing anytime soon, that let's just say this is the crystal, the 6-star. The 6-star is well under 1%, and this isn't even able to be that comparison because this is just the pool. But when the new crystals come out this week, it will be less than 1% for the 6-star and less than half of 1% for the 7-star on average. Let's just call it about 1%. Okay, 1 out of 100 crystals, let's just assume that math plays out, gets you the 6-star. 100 crystals is $1,000. And so to max sig that champion, you might need $20,000 on average. Now you need $100. If that's not changing the economy of the game, I don't know what is. I wanted to make this video to show the math. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.